Good morning, student. Today I am going to teach you a very important topic on C. It is pointer. Pointer, that means from the definition we can understand that what is pointer. That means pointing to something. Pointing to something. These are the pointer. That means if I define in some order, then we can call pointer are variable which contain the address of some other variable. Suppose you have a variable of any data type, that means that variable address will be stored in another variable, and in that variable will pointing to that value. Okay, here is an example. Declaration, its data type asterisk pointer name. This is how you can create a pointer. Data type asterisk pointer name. That means if here it is written as long asterisk ptra, you can write also integer asterisk ptra. The type of a pointer depends on the type of the variable it points to. Every pointer points to some data type. That means pointer can pointing any type of data type. It may be integer, character, float, whatever. From the next page, we can explain the pointer in details. All data is stored in memory. We know we have, when we start computers, all the computer activity is stored in the memory. So in pointer it is still also with memory, but different data types occupy different bytes of memory. Suppose you have 32 bytes of architecture of computer, and in that computer you can on the basis of that architecture it can take integer as 4 byte, character as 1 byte, float as 4 byte as well. The size of operator in C can be used to define the number of bytes occupied by each type. Okay, that means the size of operator, from the size of operator you can know what are the bytes that occupied in the memory, what are the type of the variable that on the basis of that data type it will occupy same type of space in this memory. So all data is stored in memory, but different data types occupy different amount of memory. Okay, the size of operator in C can be used to define the number of bytes occupied by each data type. For example, suppose if you write size of integer, then it will give you the output as 4. If you write size of float, then it will give you the output as 4. Then if you write size of double, then it will give you the output of 8. That means these are the bytes. The 4 bytes integer take 4 bytes, float will take 4 bytes, double will take 8 bytes as well, character will take 1 bytes. Okay, now same things over here. Now you have seen this picture. Now look at this picture. In the memory, these are the various type of slots. You can see here the numbers of slots are there, and each slot get its address. It is associated with their address, and on the basis of that their data type, it will take that type of address space. Suppose now we can know that integer will take 4 bytes. Here in this memory, suppose these are the addresses 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here C is taking, suppose C, as I am saying that this character C will take only 1 byte. Now if I take one slot, this one which is addressed with 4, and it will take 1 byte. So this one is assigned is C. Here you can see that one C. Now here X will be assigned, X will be stored. Now if I write here include stdio dot age integer main, integer int main, that means it will return as integer n, character c, and here I can write this one. I can take as a pointer as integer pointer of ptrn. Now c equals to x, that means x will be stored in the c. Suppose here is a slot of c that will take 1 byte, so number 4 will take the c. Now if I put n equals to 15, that means 15 will store in n. Now what is n? N is the integer data type, that means it will take 4 bytes. That means it will take 4 bytes. I will tell you the later slide. Now here I have here you can see that ptrn. What is ptrn? This is integer type pointer. That means that integer value only. So this one ptrn equals to ampersand n. What is that ampersand? You know that what is ampersand? It will define the address of that variable. That means ampersand n means the address of n will store into ptrn. Now if I write here, suppose if I write here printf ptrn percentage d for that integer, comma ptrn, that means what will be our result? The result will come out as the address, not the value of n. Here because the value is not stored in ptrn, it will store the address of n, that means address of 15, which will store into ptrn. Okay. Now, coming to the second slide, and zooming that one, you can see here include stdio integer main, character c, integer n, integer pointer, c equals to x, n equals to 15. Now I am coming to the 15. That means n equals to 15. That means it will take only 4 bytes. Here you can see in the memory. Here 20, 21, 22, 23. These slots are assigned to n because it will take only 4 bytes. If I take as 1 byte, one slot as 1 byte, then means it will take 4 bytes. Okay. That means from the 20 to 23rd, it will take as integer n. Now if I put 15 into 23 here, this is anywhere in your slot, then it will store that value into this this variable, this memory. Okay. Now I'm coming to the next slide. Here what you can see that is n equals to 15 and ptrn equals to ampersand of n. That means the already I have said that ampersand of n, that means the address of n will be stored in ptrn. Here suppose here ptrn also take 4 bytes. Why? Because it is an integer pointer, that means pointer variable also take 4 bytes. Suppose here is in your memory, these are the address 8003, 8003, 8003, 8003. This all take the space into your memory, into the memory ptrn. In this ptrn, it will store what? It will store the address of n. What is the address of n? Because here in 20, that means it is the front address, it is the first address which will store into the ptrn. That means 20 will store into this ptrn. Okay, the size of ptrn equals to 4 bytes, equals to 32 bits, since we have 2 to the power 23, as I am taking the 32 bit processor you have. So up to this you have clear that if I put only ptrn, that means it will give us the result as address of n, not the value of n. And if I put asterisk of ptrn, then it will give us 15. only the value. That is, through the address it will point it to the value only. That means asterisk ptr will give us the value of n. Okay, so now we can have only two unary operator regarding the pointer. The star operator, if star or asterisk operator, if ptra is a pointer variable, then ptra gives you the content of location pointed by the ptr. As I have said earlier, this is the same thing what I have said earlier. Now you can see this the working of this two operator, the asterisk operator. If according to the asterisk operator, what I can say that if ptr is a pointer variable, then asterisk ptra gives you the content of the location pointed to by ptr. Okay, and the second one is the ampersand operator. If v is a variable, then ampersand v is the address of variable of that variable. Okay, that means ampersand will give us the address of that variable and asterisk will give the pointing to that variable. Okay, that means only the value. Now I'm coming to, if I see this picture, it will clear to you. In the first pointer, you can see here, the pointer is a pointer variable and here is a data circle. Okay, if I write asterisk pointer, that means if I put asterisk before that pointer, that means it will pointing to the data, not the address. But if I put without pointer, that means it will contain the address of that data, not the value. Okay, and second one, that ampersand data, that means it will pointing to the address of that point of that location, whatever the location in pointer it is stored. That means it is stored the only address of that data. Okay, as I am this one is seeing that ampersand data, that means what? The address of data is stored into that pointer. Okay, is that clear? Second one, the same thing. That means now we'll go to some overview of pointer arithmetic. Is it pointer is added or subtracted? Yes, it is added or subtracted. But in the next video, we will explain how we will add the pointers variable or subtract that pointer variable. Okay, up to this, you have got some overview of pointer, and you must clear about the basic of that pointer so that you can understand the depth in. When you go to the depth in, you can understand all those things. So if any confusion, any query, you can call me on my number, and you can contact me on through email or WhatsApp. Okay, for the next topic, pointer arithmetic, I will make another video and I will share it. Okay, thank you student, have a good day, bye bye.